So the second question kind of has to do with what you just said. They asked, why do we raise our frequency resonance at the beginning of GFCs?
Yeah.
So kind of like you said.
Yeah. So if any of you have done GFCs, and Tia has done many, so you will have heard me say something like, and now we're going to raise our frequency resonance. And this is one of the most important things we do. Okay, so the reason we're doing that is because in order to have the most momentum to clear more stuff, it really depends on how high your frequency resonance is. It really, all this work comes down to how high is your frequency resonance, because that dictates the speed of everything.
The momentum is the key. Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it dictates not only the speed, but the efficiency of it. Okay. It's kind of like having a really sharp knife, right? That's moving really fast. Okay. So just think like if you're cutting through something that's really tough, if your knife is, you don't have a lot of momentum behind it and it's really dull, you can't cut through that thing. But if that knife is super sharp and you're like whacking it, it's going to go further through that thing that's really hard to cut through. Yes. It's similar. Okay. So you need to have your frequency resonance go up in order to address these stickier or heavier distortion patterns, or to even clear more of them, right? Those layers of the onion.
More efficiently.
Yeah, more efficiently. And the really important thing to note actually is that at the beginning, of that little process, I always say something like, okay, let's go ahead and ask ourselves the question, how can I become even more aware of my connection to pure source? Why are you asking that? The reason you're asking that is because that initiates your own momentum, meaning your higher self responds to that question, whether you're consciously aware of that or not, by increasing your own frequency resonance. That's really important because this is not about creating, or at least for me, this is not about creating a codependent relationship on Karen. This is about self-empowerment. You need to initiate your own frequency resonance rise. Right? So even if you're like, you've listened to them before and you're like, why am I asking this question? I've asked it like 5 million times. I don't understand the point of it. The reason you're doing that is to be like, yes, I have the ability to do this myself. Okay.
How can I become even more aware?
Yeah. Yes.
That's the free will aspect.
Exactly.
Okay.
The free will, the active part of it, the part that's like the empowered part. This is not about you guys being saved by me or being reliant on me. You are to some degree a little bit for now. But once you clear, right, you'll start to feel more empowered yourself.
Right.
Okay. And my very strong belief, and I'm starting to see this already in clients, you guys can, when you get to a certain point, start to clear your own stuff.
I was just going to ask that. Yeah.
Yeah. You don't need me to do that for you.
It's just in the beginning, the training wheels.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And when you get to a certain level of frequency resonance, so what I'm seeing with some clients is they're starting to be able to on their own. Now, can they name what everything is? Not necessarily. Is it important? No, not really. I mean, do you really need to care what the garbage is called in order to like get rid of it? No.
Just get rid of it.
Just get rid of it. I mean, who cares what it is? Yeah. Right? Just release it.
You don't look through your garbage before you throw it away.
Yeah, you're just like, that's an old can of whatever. Yeah.
And then reminisce on the can.
No. Just get rid of the thing.
Yeah.
Exactly. So similar.
Okay.
Right? And so we're getting to that point where consciousness is rising. More and more people are doing the work. You guys, your resonance is coming up. Again, this is about self-empowerment. Because ultimately, what is frequency work about? Okay, at least from my perspective, there's a greater ripple effect than just ourselves, right? So yes, we're doing it for us to raise our frequency resonance. Absolutely. Okay, it's important that we take that stance because to take that, claim that sovereignty as co-creator, to know that we're worthy of it. This is our divine birthright. Okay, this is who we are. We are infinite, indestructible consciousness. It's not about deservingness. You just are it. Okay, and once we claim that and your resonance rises, there's a massive ripple effect out in family, friends, community, humanity, the oneness. So really, all this work. Yes, it's about us, and it is also about catalyzing the greater good and for consciousness to rise generally. So that's really what it's all about.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like stepping into your highest light is not only for you, it affects everyone around you and even people that aren't physically around you.
Yeah.
Right?
Totally.
Because since we're all connected in that way.
Exactly. Yeah. And so you enable the possibility for someone else to rise. Because you hold that possibility in your beingness. You don't have to like get out there on a milk crate and proclaim anything. It's not about that. Yeah. It simply has to do with your frequency resonance because it provides a possibility in the field for someone else to entrain to.
So that's just a side note for those people pleasers out there. That's a way you can please people. Yeah. Is actually by doing your own work.
Totally.
You don't have to, some people want to give and give and give and focus all on that. Focus on yourself. Like, don't save the whales, save yourself.
Yeah, totally.
Okay.
And raise your frequency resonance, because ultimately, when we all go into that higher level of consciousness, we won't be doing jerky things to our planet, to the whales, to the Amazon, to whatever you're trying to save.
That's how you change all those kinds of things.
That's right. Because consciousness rises.
Yeah. Very cool. Thank you.